told the media yesterday that he still envisions Kyrie Irving being a part of the Nets despite his uncertain status. Durant also acknowledges that it will be, quote, hard to duplicate what he brings if he can't play home games in Brooklyn. Jay, what do you make of that?
Well, the full context, he also said, call me naive, but I believe that, eventually Kyrie will be a part of this team. Before these two are so close, every time I've heard KD talk about Kyrie, it's been more of he backs him to the nth degree. I'm not saying that he's not backing him right now. But the part of the context of that one quote saying, call me naive, makes me think a little bit all right, there's a part of Kevin Durant that's starting to think how does this actually work? Let's be realistic about this, okay? So if Kyrie does decide not to get the vaccine, then he can only play in away games, right? Still not games in Toronto or in LA. But then how does that work practice-wise? What is Kyrie doing right now to stay in shape practice-wise? How do we get continuity with our team? You're not allowed to practice in New York. You're not allowed to play games in New York. You can't really find that. And it makes you start to push the limit that, okay, if we get to this point, we have to maybe start looking at other options. I'm not saying we go through the other options, but we have to start realistically looking at what trade value is there and how do we figure that out? It seems like Kevin Durant's starting to realize they're getting to that juncture with the season starting October 19th.
This situation, by the way, is I understand if someone is a part of a religious group, let's say, that doesn't believe in modern medicine, and that's a deeply held religious value of theirs. Okay, then we can have a separate conversation. But if this is simply people playing internet detective and thinking, you know what, I know what the world scientific community said, but I was online for 5 minutes and I figured this whole thing out. Then come on. That's not really about beliefs. That's only a belief in the sense that you believe something that's scientifically incorrect, that it's not safe or that there's some financial motive behind it and therefore you don't trust it. You just have an inability to process the good information or distinguish the good stuff from the bad stuff.
See, I don't know where Kyrie's getting the information. I don't know why he came to the decisions that he's come to. I have no idea at all. But he believes in whatever he believes in. And if he believes in what he believes in, whether it's internet detective or whatever you want to call it, I mean, he just has to understand that the position that he takes, is taking right now, has consequences.
100%.
That's all. He just
100%. This is America.
Simple.
This is America.
You
do whatever you want, but there are
very
consequences.
Simple, yep. Max and Jay.
Well,
there's consequences that come with the decision to be unvaccinated and try and play in the NBA.